Hey, welcome to day 4 of Advent for Moms. Today we are talking about when you feel behind. So I think sometimes through December, Christmas can sort of feel like a deadline, right? There's a bunch of mini goals that we have to accomplish before Christmas gets here. And then even on Christmas itself, there's a bunch of other mini goals. So like, the food that needs to be cooked, the presents that need to be wrapped and unwrapped, the timing of everything, when we're having family dinner, who's coming. There's a whole bunch of other things within Christmas that we have to do. And then when it's over, I think we some of us maybe go into reviewing it like a test, like how did it go? We want to know what people's thoughts were and if the food was okay, if the games were fine, and we sort of review it like a pass-fail situation. And it shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be a pass-fail. We want to be renewed and overjoyed from our time together on Christmas. And sometimes that doesn't happen. But Advent, this season of Advent, should help us remember that it's about the arrival of Christmas and not the achievement of Christmas. And so what if we could change our mindset to think about what if the mistakes end up making the best family memories? And what if the perfect gift doesn't arrive on time? How do we cope with that? And how do the people around us see us cope with those moments where, it didn't arrive on time or where it was supposed to, right? Because that definitely happens. And so the goal is not to make Christmas a success, but the goal is to enjoy it and to treasure it and to reflect and to honor God and each other. So we're going to look at 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 9 through 10. He said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong." And so this is Paul wrapping up his little commentary about boasting, as well as the thorn that is in his side, and him asking God to remove it, and God doesn't. And then the Lord says these words to him. So God is using the thorn in Paul's flesh for a purpose. And in small ways, we can take the hardships that occur through December as moments of humbling. And how do we wrestle with those moments? Because we have these goals and we have to achieve them, and Christmas has to be a success, right? But what if we are getting in the way of the enjoyment of that? And as we complain about the situations that go wrong, or when we are struggling with how things are playing out, that permeates through our families, especially as the mom. If we want to set the tone for the season and the holiday, we have to be at rest and at peace and showing that we are trusting God with all things. And the only way that we can do that is to be reminded and allow ourselves to be humbled, as Paul has in this moment where he is talking about this thorn. And obviously he doesn't like it there, but he knows it's to prevent him from being boastful. It's a reminder to him every time that he feels it, whatever it is, that he is not the one in charge and that God is using it for a purpose. And so if we can take those moments that are going to come, because it's not going to go as perfectly as we want, but if we can take those moments in as sort of a set, like a sit back down, take a seat, you're not in charge, and let God rule over Christmas, then that will be what permeates through our family is everything is okay. It's going to be fine because mom's okay and mom is fine, but we don't want to be the ones keeping everyone on pins and needles. So when we feel behind, our goal is to remember that God is not measuring our performance. His timing is gentle, and it's always for our teaching. And there's not a grade that comes with Christmas and how we did, but there is a reminder of who is in control. So remember, it's not up to you to make all the things happen, and it's okay even if they don't. It allows you to show flexibility and trust. And that can be really hard to let go of because we want it to go so well. We want it to be beautiful and magical. But it can only be that if we actually let that go. And not that everything that you're planning should be stopped. We should definitely be intentional and have forethought because God does that for us. As we talked about, He cares for us, and we are showing care for the people in our lives this season. But we need to make sure that our plans don't supersede the actual event itself. So our final thought is, are we okay with being weak? And perhaps when we can admit that we are, we can better see the sufficiency of God. And we can see His power if we don't have it all together. So maybe as a trip reminder, a tripwire for ourselves, if something happens, to have that question ready is, am I okay with being weak? And the answer ultimately needs to be yes, because it is in weakness that Christ's power is seen. All right. Remember to head over to my website and get your free Psalm 23 hand lettering guide and subscribe so that we can keep going through this Advent series together and encourage one another. And I will talk to you soon.